Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to deliver a lesson for class 12th subject Zoology. In our previous topic, we discussed in detail about acquired immunity, in which we understood that acquired immunity is actually that type of immunity which develops in an organism after its birth, and it consists of specialized T cells, B cells, and also specialized proteins which are called as antibodies, and that circulate in the body fluids like blood and lymph. Now today we will discuss about the various types of acquired immunity. So for the types of acquired immunity is concerned, it is first of all broadly classified into two types, that is active immunity and passive immunity. The active immunity, in this type of immunity, person's own cells produce antibodies in response to an infection or vaccination. Obviously it is slow and takes time in the formation of antibodies, but it is long lasting and is harmless. This active immunity is further classified into two types. It may be natural or artificial, that is natural active immunity and artificial active immunity. So for this natural active immunity is concerned, that is when a person is exposed to a live pathogen, it develops the disease and finally it becomes immune as a result of the primary response. For example, a person who has recovered from an attack of measles or smallpox or mumps develops natural active immunity. Now the second type of the active immunity is artificial active immunity. Now this artificial active immunity is the resistance induced by vaccines. For example, various vaccines are there which produce active immunity artificially, such as bacterial vaccines like BCG vaccine for tuberculosis, or TAB vaccine for typhoid or enteric fever. Similarly, there are viral vaccines like Sabine vaccine for poliomyelitis, and also some bacterial products, that is toxoids for diphtheria and tetanus, also provide active immunity artificially. Now the second category of this acquired immunity is the passive immunity. Now if a person is infected with some deadly microbe to which a quick response is required, as in tetanus or a snake bite, we need to directly inject the preformed antibodies or ready-made antibodies or antitoxins which contain the antibodies for that particular antigen or particular venom. So in cases of snake bites, the injection which is given to the patient actually contains preformed antibodies against the snake venom, and this type of immunization is called as passive immunization. Thus, when ready-made antibodies are directly injected into a person to protect the body against the foreign antigens, and also we see in this type of immunity there is no involvement of T and B cells, and it provides immediate relief, but this immunization is not long lasting. And one thing you must remember is that there is no involvement of T and B cells in passive immunity, while as in active immunity we can see when antigen enters the body, actually what happens, the B cells and T cells get activated, and it is actually these B and T cells which produce the antibodies, which are the special proteins that neutralize the antigens. Thus, the body cells are actively involved in the production of antibodies or combating the infection. That is why this is called as active immunity. While as in passive immunity, we saw that there is no involvement of T and B cells. However, in this type of immunity, the ready-made antibodies are directly injected into the recipient. Now, this passive immunity is again divided into two types, that is natural passive immunity and artificial passive immunity. So far, the natural passive immunity is concerned, it is the immunity that is passively transferred from mother to fetus, either through placenta. For example, immunoglobulin G, they cross the placental barrier and reach to the fetus and provide protection or immunization to the developing fetus. Similarly, after birth, this mother also provides these ready-made antibodies to the newborn through colostrum, which is actually the mother's first milk after parturition, which is rich in various these antibodies, particularly immunoglobulin A, IgA. So colostrum is very rich in IgA that gives protection to the newborn, usually up to the 3 months of the age. Now, the second type of this passive immunity is the artificial passive immunity. It is the immunity that passively transferred to a person by administration of ready-made antibodies. For example, anti-tetanus serum, abbreviated as ATS. The anti-tetanus serum, it is actually prepared in the horse by active immunization of the animal with tetanus toxide. After this ATS or anti-tetanus serum is obtained from the serum of the immunized horse. Similarly, various antivenoms are prepared on the same principle. So, this is all about the types of acquired immunity. Thank you.